Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, if you already know me, it's probably because of Hearts of Iron, because that's what I play the most. But I wanted to take a little break, so recently I have been playing a lot of Age of Wonders 4. I'm pretty new to the series, it's the first time I play one of the Age of Wonders. But while I played the campaign and for some other runs, I had a lot of fun with this build, which I thought I would share with you guys. And, well, if you want to give it a try, you can let me know how it goes for you. So, as you know, the race is not particularly important. I picked human, but then I changed both the body trait and the mind trait. So we go for keen-sighted, for extra accuracy on magic attacks, and arcane focus for extra damage on magic attacks. Now, as the title of this video suggests, I have been having a lot of fun with mystics, so we go mystic. For the society traits, we even further boost our astral affinity, and also we boost overall our combat and board map casting abilities, as well as the cost of the spells, and the summoning spells and magic origin units, because we are going to use them largely in the late game. The first tome of evocation doesn't make a huge difference, but I like this one first. It has a summon, and summons are very good, although this one is not particularly good. And the evoker can be a good early game alternative of the tier 3 unit for mystics, which I think is called spellcaster, but I'm not entirely sure. And I will talk about the other books as we proceed, but for the first one we can pick this one. Of course, we are going to be a wizard king. I have already designed the appearance of my ruler and race, and of course our name is Machiavellian Strategist, and the race is the Strategists. Now, I want this video to be not super long, so we are mostly going to talk about the most important choices I make. I will show you the books as I take them, some of the skills, and then I will showcase some of the battles to give you an idea of the playstyle for this faction. Other than that, I will mostly edit out the gameplay from this run. I will just say a couple of things as we proceed. Now, for the first research, if you have available the summon, I think it's a pretty good early choice. Early in the game, I usually fight battles around my capital to level up the ruler. To be fair, early on I usually simulate them, if you want to fight them. There isn't much to show you here, because we don't have what we need yet to showcase my playstyle. Whenever leveling up the ruler, I always go for battle magic oriented things. Lighting Evoker is not that bad, for example. Now, early in the game, I use all of my Imperium to boost the growth of the capital. Okay, so here we go. It's time for our second book. And for the second book, I suggest going for the Tome of Souls. The spells here are not particularly good, but we want some Shadow Affinity. It matches very well with Astral. And Soul Harvest allows you to start collecting souls. It's an extra resource. Later in the game it may be handy, so... And then since the spells are not great, you can just go for the cheapest ones. Well, in this case it's all the same, but overall... This is actually a pretty decent spell. Another one that I suggest getting early on is this one from Astral. Because in the long run, it will decrease the knowledge cost of spells greatly. It's good value. Now that we have the discount, just go for the cheaper one every time, unless there is something you really want. I will show the most important spells when I pick them, so for now nothing particularly important. Now, we boosted our population to 10 by using the Imperium because we want to rush this building and we want to start using the Spellbreakers. Yeah, it was Spellbreaker, not Spellcaster. Anyway, this is going to be one of the main units in our army. These are great units, so we want to get them as soon as possible. Now, if you don't want to rush the building I just showed you, you can use Evokers instead of the Spellbreakers early on. They work in a pretty similar way, but Spellbreakers are overall better. If you already have the Spellbreakers, there is no reason to go for the Evokers as well, so you can get something else, the cheapest one, as usual. Alright, it's time for our third book, and at this point I would go back to Astral. This is a nice book, it has very good spells. I especially like the Amplification Pylon, Chain Lightning, and Astral Blood. But Frenzying Focus is also nice for later on. And Amplify Mind can also be very good on your cities, so overall, very good spells, a worthy book. Okay, now I also got this all-seeing skill for the extra knowledge. Also soon we're going to get an extra Whispering Stone, so it's going to be plus 20 knowledge per turn. It's pretty good, actually. And then I also got the extra combat casting point and warm-up casting point. This come in very handy with our build as well. Well, okay, these guys were on my island, so I attacked them. I guess this can be a showcase, an initial showcase for how this army works. So let's go for it. Okay, so we are going to cast a lot of spells, so we want to play these more or less defensively, which means we are going to go back and stay away from them. We don't have our best spells yet, but Fulmination is already a pretty decent one, so we're going to start with this. And we can go for another Electrified or Fulmination. And then we can go for some fire damage with our ruler, but actually first of all, we're going to use Overchannel to cast an additional spell. So we go for another Fulmination. Now we can go for fire damage. And now we can use our amazing spell breakers. And look at this, insane damage already. Then we attack them from far away. Oh, that was more than enough. Okay. And I missed. Which means we're going to win this with absolutely no casualties. Perfect. Bye-bye. And that's it. No damage. Yeah, this wasn't the hardest battle, but that's more or less the idea with the playstyle. Absolutely no damage. And we don't have the good spells yet. With good spells, it will be much easier. Now, also we get spell amplification, which is very good for us. And you know, the overpowered thing about spells is you have them regardless of your ruler. So when we get a second army, we will have the spells, the same spells that we would have with our ruler. Now, Astral Blood is a very good spell, so in this case, despite the discount on the Evoker, I'm going to pick Astral Blood. Okay, so it's time to pick a new book, a new tome, and at this point, you have a couple of options. I usually go for this one to get the nymphs. They're pretty good units, and Mind Control Seduce is very powerful when it works. The Temple of Fertility is also pretty nice. It increases the growth of your main city significantly. But this time I thought I would try something different. I don't usually pick this one because it doesn't have incredibly powerful things. I mean, they're okay-ish at best. So these guided projectiles can be good, but I'm actually curious to try the Watcher. This is a summon spell, and summon spells are always very good. Also, we lack a bit of single target damage in our build at the moment, so the Watcher may be a good choice. So we'll go for this one. And we got the discount on the Watcher. That's lucky. Okay, Amplification Pylon, I actually like this a lot. So let's get it. And let's also get... we may need the extra mana to be completely fair, because we are running a bit low on mana. So let's get the extra mana. I'm getting Quickening because it is an extra spell on the first turn of battle. So effectively an extra spell for us. Alright, new book. It's only turn 38 and we are already picking a tier 3 book. And at this point there are no doubts you want the Tome of Teleportation. This has pretty good spells, but especially it has the Phase Beasts. And this is an amazing summon to have for us. They are going to be our frontline. They have pretty good health. They teleport when attacked, so they are pretty resilient. And they are a summon, so we can instantly resummon them whenever they die. This is an amazing spell to have. Let's see if we're lucky. Well, we're not lucky, but we're going to pay the price for it. Because that's an amazing spell. And also, this is one of the best possible spells for the leader. As it resets over channel, it means you can cast 4 spells in 2 rounds. So this is amazing. Now, we have 2 very good skills available here. This one to reduce the magic origin unit upkeep, and this is going to be fundamental for us. This one is also pretty good. I think I'm going to go for this one first, because we don't have immediate problems with the upkeep, but we'll see. Later on, we'll definitely pick this one as well. Okay, let's see how this tough battle goes. Okay, so first of all, I think we are going back. Get some fair damage in here, maybe this one. I mean, better than nothing. Should have one more turn before they actually get to us. Except that happened. It's not terrible though. Our dogs, well, they are meant to tank, so this is what we got them for. I think the maximum damage we can get is with this thing. And we go for a double this round. Okay, now we can start hitting them harder. Not bad. And ah, right, this bounces because we got a new orb, so we're going to kill that guy. That's very nice. And triple crit, very nice indeed. Okay, let's see what happens. I expect to take some damage this round. Okay, another pylon. I'm okay with that. I'm less okay with this. Well, and doggy is going to die soon, but that's okay. Now, can we kill this dragon? I think we can, right? Okay, but it will die. It will die. It's fine. Very nice. Let's go for another spell. Yeah, another spell. Possibly this one. Yeah. There we go. Okay, let's see if we lose the dog. Seems likely. No, because they jump. That's true. So maybe not. Okay, guys, this was a very tough one. I mean, not very, but they had pretty high tier units. And look at this. This is the idea of this comp. We use the dogs to tank. They are summoned, so we can just summon them in the next turn. It's not a big deal to lose them. They're very tanky because they don't have the highest health, but since they teleport after being attacked, they don't usually take too much damage in one round. And then we have our nukers, and we are going to replace the Watcher later on. You will see with what. So what was this about? Nothing? Nothing. Okay. Cool, but not that cool. Okay, and we have a new tome available. We are going to go for the Tome of Summoning. It's probably the fastest one to research and will allow us to get the tier 4 tomes. In here, what I like the most is Arcane Bond. So we're going to take that first. Okay, so new tome, and this is an important one. It's the tier 4 Astral. It has Explosive Manifestation. This is by far my favorite combat spell. And, well, you will soon see it in action. Let's see if we are lucky. We're not lucky, but I will pick it anyway, because I want this spell as soon as possible. Huh? Okay, now this is actually a very good skill. Not so much because they gain 3 ranks, but because combined with this one, it gives us insane knowledge whenever we summon a new unit. When we summon a new unit, it instantly gains 3 ranks, and we instantly gain a lot of knowledge. Now at this point, I'm also going to get the extra casting combat points, because we're going to face more difficult battles soon. Okay, this is a nice fight. I guess this is going to be one of the last showcases of my playstyle with our mid-game armies. And hopefully soon we'll switch to the late-game armies. Okay, let's get going with our OP spell. Nice, we got the tier 3 one. It's fairly common to get a tier 3. And actually on the spell it doesn't say anything about that, but it happens fairly frequently. Possibly just go with them. Okay. While this whole army is wasting time with our summons, we kill their lord and the other units they had there. And look at the amount of time they're wasting here. Yeah, so basically their whole army struggled to kill one of my 2 summons. And guess what's happening now? There is another one. That's not all of it. Because we have another one. They're basically struggling to kill enough of them before I summon even more. Now we are starting to run a bit low on combat casting points, and that's why spell breakers are so nice to have. While they are far from the fight, cannot take part in it. Oh, but they can refill almost entirely my combat casting points. Oh, another tier 3. Another kill. Oh, now it's mostly about finishing them. I think we can. Definitely we can. Okay, a complete massacre. And let's look at the damage. I think one dog got hit once maybe, and that's it. So again, yeah, maybe not the strongest army we fought against, but they had a couple of tier 4 units. And we simply destroyed them entirely. Okay, new tome, and now actually we're going for something a bit different. At this point, yeah, the last tome from Astral is fairly good. Astral Trouble is a very nice spell to have. Time Stop is a pretty good debuff. This one is very good for enemies which get a lot of buffs. And this one is not the worst either. Yeah, actually this is pretty good for our summons as well. So this is a nice tome, by all means. But we're actually going to get something else first. So we need some affinity in nature for that. So we're going to pick the cheapest tomes to build up some affinity as fast as possible. Now, these spells are so cheap that sometimes you can pick more than one in the same turn. Okay, and as you can see, so quickly we could already pick a new tome. So let's go for another tier 1 nature tome, just for more fast spells. Okay, now we have enough affinity and we can pick the final tome, one of the most important ones for our endgame build, which is the Tome of Nature's Wrath. And the reason we are going for this tome is only one, the Horned God. This is one of my favorite summons. This is an insane unit, and you will see it very soon. Going for it right away. Oh, we got our new summon, and it is going to be insane. This is going to make the difference. It will also be extremely expensive, so we are going to need some extra mana soon. Okay, for the new tome, now we are going for the tier 5 Astral tome, because we get some very nice spells in here. And Time Stop is probably the best one, but this can actually benefit a lot of our units, so we're going to take it as well. Okay, boys, it's time for a massive battle. This is a siege battle. They have a lot of units in there. And this is my endgame build, because at this point, especially with this character, we got more or less what my endgame build is. There are minor changes you can have. You can remove one of the spell breakers for an extra dog. You can remove one of the horn gods, but I wouldn't do that. And you will see soon enough why I wouldn't do that. Okay, let's see how this goes. I must say these are pretty good turrets. They dealt a lot of damage. Okay, yeah, let's put some pressure on these mages. That these are the only high tier units they have, so you can pressure them a little bit. Okay, now you want to know what's really insane? Each one of these vines counts as a living being. So when it's killed, we gain 5 combat casting points for each one of these. Let's see how it goes now. Oh, that's a lot of damage they took for what exactly? Oh, that's not worth it. Now, by the way, we are not seeing one of the strongest spells from these trees, Horned Gods, which is summoning the animate flora. And this is very strong, but not so much in sieges, because we don't have enough bushes. I mean, we would have to summon them from back here, and then they take a while to move. I'm not going to use them much now, but they're very strong too. Probably the majority of our damage still comes from our spellcasters, but... oh well, yeah, we will take the instant win. This is a siege, so nobody will escape anyway. And we can... well, they did escape, but technically this should be over anyway. Maybe it was a mistake to end the battle. Anyways, basically no damage. Yeah, we did take a bit, especially in the first round because of those turrets, but very close to no damage. Okay, so we can get another tome. At this point, there are not really many priorities left. You may go for another shadow tome to increase a bit the shadow affinity. What I actually like doing usually is I go for this one, another nature one. I like Nature's Bounty to restore the health of our divisions or our armies. Oh yeah, that's a nice fight. And this will be a shitload of knowledge too. Now, this fight shouldn't be in the siege, so probably we can see very well how strong, how powerful the Horned Gods can be in a different environment, in a scenario in which we can actually summon, use their summons more. Yeah, and this is the perfect scenario for that. So yeah, now you will see how strong they really are. And let's go. Now keep in mind one thing, this spell only has 2 rounds cooldown. This is the first round, it will take the enemy 1 round to get to them, at least 1 round to kill them, and then we have them again. Now in this case we really don't care, we can throw them in, no issues. I will also use this one, and we get another summon. But see, these things are tanky. They don't go down easily. Not the highest damage maybe, but still soaking a lot of damage. Okay, now it's time for this stuff then. If there is anything the Horned Gods lack, it's a little bit of accuracy on this one. It says it's 90%, but it's actually fairly low most of the time. Isn't it the same as theirs? Yeah, I don't know why. It seems to be lower than 90%. Maybe there is a bug or something. Okay, we need to get rid of this guy because he's quite annoying. Okay, very nice. I think we got hit only once. But well, this was a perfect showcase of how strong this army can be. In a scenario in which we got some grass, so we could summon the animate flora. But look at the amount of knowledge we got out of these fights, thanks to the skills we selected. So, very, very powerful. Okay, nice. Another big battle for us. Another nice test. And it's not a siege, which is better for us. Definitely an endgame battle here. You're going to see the full power of this build now. What we are going to do here is we're going to play a bit further back, which also means they are going to fight a lot of summons in this game. See if we can also take something they have. No, the spiders are the only thing. Okay, then we'll just start summoning stuff in their army. Wow, another tier 3. And another kill. Whoa, running away already? Well, no, guys, I'm not gonna let you run away though, because yeah, I need to kill you. Oh, they will. Okay. This was a very endgame battle, and this is the result. Sadly, he managed to escape, but I think we took no damage at all, or maybe some AOE spell. Yeah, I guess he took some damage from some spells, but yeah, that's it. By the way, if one of them dies, we can just summon him the next turn. Now, the thing is, the game is almost over. There are just a couple more enemies to defeat. I think this video will be too long if I include everything, so I will probably still do it just for myself. Maybe if there is an epic battle, I will include it in the video, but most likely the video will end here for you. I mean, well, this is my strategy, and I'm sure there are more powerful strategies out there. I saw something with the archers becoming pretty overpowered in the late game, but well, this is something I came up with. I enjoyed it a lot. I like this kind of playstyle. I like the fact that when I lose something, like in this case we lost the dog, well, we don't care, because summon dog. And that's it, we got it back. So I mean, whatever we lose, we don't care. We can just summon them again. Everything basically is replaceable in here. Them, we need to recruit them back at the home city, so they are a bit more annoying to replace. But that's why we keep them in the backline. We let the magic beasts advance. The damage is insane. Yeah, expensive in terms of mana for sure, but we can afford it, so why not? Alright guys, so that's all for this video, I believe. So well, depending on the feedback on this video, I may make more videos about Age of Wonders 4. So if you liked it, make sure to let me know in the comments and by liking the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.